Hello, everyone, and welcome to Crazy Ladies Podcast. I'm Mistress Magi.
And I'm Mr. Magi.
Today we're going to do things just a little differently. I have a randomizer in which has a bunch of topics, and we're going to see where that takes us.
Should be fun.
Yup, I think so. Okay, so the first one to come up is, where would you live if you could live anywhere? I think I know your answer.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think my answer is?
Japan.
If I could, if I
Learn
was
how to speak the language?
fully assimilated, I could speak the language quite fluently, used to the customs and the way...
Not going to embarrass yourself?
Exactly. I mean, we all know the one story that happened recently. But,
yeah, that one, that's just...
So some things that came out with it, there's a particular YouTuber that we watch, not that one, not the one that posted it.
We're not even going to say his name. I'm
no.
sure Japan YouTuber, you should know what it is that we're talking about.
You guys are intelligent enough. Anyway, but no, this other YouTuber that we watch, she actually lives there. She lives in Japan. She lived in the States for a while, long while. Mm-hmm. Recently went back. So she's
Her
very
family
up.
is from there.
Yeah, she's very up on current affairs in Japan, or like kind of what's going on. So, I take her opinion
very seriously.
Yeah, very seriously. And out of that thing, she said, in general, the Japanese people aren't a huge fan of Americans.
It might not even be that. I'm not sure if that's what it is that she said. I think that she said that they understand.
Yeah,
they don't judge everybody based on the asses of the group.
Yeah, kind of what it is like Japan, as we all hear the stories and whatnot of that they're so uptight and judgmental and this
but
and
you know
that.
What I haven't
but
found
really
that.
in reality they're really not. I mean, there are those traditionalists, but again, look at America, look at Canada. We have them here too.
Everybody does.
Everybody does, right?
This is the way that we've done it for years, and it should continue.
But for the most part, I've heard stories of one of the best things about Japan is that you can go and it doesn't matter if you're gay, straight, whatever. You can dress however you want. You want to cosplay every day. That's a thing. You can do that.
It's kind of like New York.
Right?
Everybody gets to be their own person.
But again,
I'd like to go and I'd like to see that.
There are some limitations on it. Obviously, in a lot of their school system, uniform, right? So, yes, you have to wear the uniform at school and at particular things and whatnot. But in general, when you're on your time, your free time...
I do remember her saying that the biggest thing is that they don't like... A lot of them don't like when they dye their hair blonde.
Yeah.
People are just like, no, that's not right. You shouldn't do that. In which case, it's their hair. You can easily get it out. You can re-dye it.
Hair grows back.
I have no problem with it either way.
Well, in some cultures, it's an importance.
Yeah, and I get that.
And going back to feudal Japan, samurai, their hair was very important because it had to be long enough to have it a certain way.
Yeah, and I get that. I do.
And if you ever seen a samurai with too short of hair...
We have never been to Japan. We're basing this based on what it is that we know from what we've seen on TV. Yeah. So it might not all be correct.
Well, the hair thing is, though, if they got their hair chopped off, that means that they have...
Kind of like, who was it?
Been basically disrespected samurai.
Was that them, or was that the Chinese?
No.
Because I remember Jackie Chan had a movie, and he's Chinese.
It could be the same in Chinese culture, but...
I don't know.
If
you're Japanese, tell us.
I'm talking back
I haven't seen anybody...
I'm talking you're back when samurais were the royal guard, and ninjas were considered outlaws.
The outlaws. The rebels, basically.
Yeah.
But, again, that's just what it is that we've learned. So if you're Japanese... If you're from Japan. I haven't seen any yet.
Correct us. Let us know.
Correct us. Let us know. We like to learn.
Yeah.
So what we might have seen might not have been like not necessarily true, but like there might be some tweaks to it type deal, right?
Pretty much the main reason why I want to live in Japan is for the car culture.
The car culture, that's
yeah,
it?
not
the
just-
anime?
Well, the anime is
I love
appreciated.
anime.
But I have internet, so I can access anime anyway. But it's more the car culture and some of those, the classic cars, obviously, the Skylines, right? Big thing, a big car, But a lot of the Japanese manufacturers, like, I'm a fan of them. Toyota, I just found out today that Toyota is releasing, or it's actually already released, a brand new Supra.
Now, is that because of the new Fast and the Furious movies that are coming out?
No,
No?
I'm not sure who he was, but he was part of Toyota. He was either like an owner or like a bigwig in Toyota. And he said that he's a very, I forget how he worded it, but basically he's a race driver.
Okay.
Right? He drives really well at high speeds.
Mm-hmm.
And he was there when they did the first Supra, or like in the late 90s Supra that they came out with. If you're familiar with Fast and the Furious,
the first one that Brian had, right?
The orange car that Brian
Yeah.
has, yeah, and the car that they build and race at the end,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, that car, like that style of car.
Yeah.
But he said that he went to the Nürburgring, drove it around, and testing it, right? And he was like, it was like a 10-minute drive on the Nürburgring, and he thought, man, I hope I'm alive at the end of 10 minutes. Nürburgring is a racetrack in Germany that a lot of all the car manufacturers use to test their high performance cars, and just because it's such a challenging course, it really pushes cars to the limit.
Yeah. I think it would be, what is it, Norway? I think it is, because I'm a mom. I'm thinking of my kids and the education and all that sort of stuff, as well as it just seems like a peaceful area.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly. We've never visited.
Never visited.
Certainly want to.
Yeah.
That'll determine for absolute sure. But I think, it'd be fun just to send them to be like, okay, learn your own way, from what I understand.
Yeah, a more relaxed educational system.
Or as I found out today, it's called unschooling. Not homeschooling, unschooling.
Yeah.
Did not know about that one. But basically, the kids decide what it is that they want to learn, which is awesome. All right, so on to topic number 2.
Yes. I could go on and on about car culture and,
Yeah,
and
of course you
Japanese
could.
cars.
And it's the same question.
Oh, awesome.
Well,
Second place that you would like to live.
favorite video game?
Does it have to be a specific game? Because I kind of like the whole genre.
You could do the franchise, I think.
Well,
What's your favorite of that kind?
I guess I'm big fan of Farming Simulator.
Yeah.
I love tractors and combines and plows.
And all that sort of stuff.
All that stuff. I grew up with it.
Don't like the animals. The animals
Yeah,
can
the
go away.
animals, I can take or leave. If they're on a farm, great. Like I said, I know enough. I can keep an animal alive. But that's
I don't know
about
about me.
That's about the end all be all of it.
I'd have to hire somebody. So it's a good thing that you can keep them alive, because
But
if
you
you
know
ever
what?
need to.
I could go out in the field and grow the crop, harvest it, and tell you when it's ready, and good to plant and good to.
Mine's simulating games as well, but mine's the hunting game right now. But I also like first-person shooters. I just like to shoot stuff.
What's your absolute favorite, though?
Oh, that would be a toss-up between Mass Effect or Assassin's Creed. I think Assassin's Creed would win.
I think Assassin's Creed wins.
Just because I get to climb stuff. And then I get to look at those buildings in real life and be like, I could so climb that.
And then the small heart attack you have when you jump off those buildings in the game.
In the game! Oh my god, my heart ends up like in my throat.
That's why I said we gotta get a VR setup and they have some experiences that are like up high. And
I would
fall
want
off.
it to be like I was actually there, I think, before I got into it. Because I've seen a few of them in which they say are Assassin's Creed games, and the graphics aren't quite where it is that I'd like to see yet.
Yeah, there is one. There's one that they call, the VR games called Climby, right? And, yeah, it's not graphically the best, right?
Yeah.
But they don't... there was a YouTube channel that
I think I
downloaded
remember
a map. And the map was the way you climb and the way the objects kind of were, right, was Assassin's Creed, and then it had the leap of faith.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
and
it had the
to kind of jump
leap
all
of
over the
faith
place
at the end.
Yeah.
Right? That's Assassin's Creed.
Yeah,
the way
and
they
I get
put
that.
it, right?
I do.
Like, I mean,
I don't
didn't
even need
claim
the
that
VR
it
for
was-
that to happen. Actually, honestly, at one point, I'd like to get a nice gaming system, because right now I'm only gaming on the Xbox. But I'd like to get a good gaming system, and I'd like to maybe do like some Twitch or something like that, and just have people laugh their ass off at me playing these hunting games or scary games, because I get scared way too easily for that shit. So it's just fun to watch. I had an animal come at me, and I was like freaking out just a little bit ago. It's really funny to watch.
Yeah, like probably 10 minutes.
They just released lions in the game in the
10 minutes
savannah.
before we started recording.
So I was like, I don't know if that's a lion. So I had to quickly get out of there.
Just one quick thing. This said hunting game. It's called Hunter Call.
The Hunter Call of the Wild. Yeah.
Fun game if you're into hunting. If not, it's boring.
Well, unless you have the bears or the tigers or the bobcat or pumas coming at you.
Well, it's a very slow game. Right?
Yeah.
So anyway,
warthogs surprise you out of nowhere.
Yeah, bears surprise you out of nowhere too.
Especially when there's a glitch in the game.
Yeah. Well, when we first got the game, she was hunting. She said, "Here, you want to try? I'm looking for a deer or something." And then, so I crouched down. I'm crawling, and this game has a way of just drawing your focus onto what you're doing. You don't notice everything else in the game at the time, and all of a sudden I just hear this loud roar. I whip around in the game, and then it's just this bear coming on top of me. I know it's fake and I know it's not real, but I jumped out of my socks. I was like, whoa.
My favorite's the thunder, in which it's not even raining, and all of a sudden thunder hits, and it's just you jump out of your skin. It's like,
especially
what
when
the
you're
hell?
The worst part is like with those
when you're lining up
noises,
a shot.
Yeah, you're lining up a shot. You calm your own breathe, like real life breathing, right? You know, you're just so focused, and you start leaning in and getting closer, and like squinting the eyes.
And you have to have headphones on. That's the best way to play.
Yeah,
so it's surround sound in your ears.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden there's a crack of thunder, and it's the loudest thunder you ever hear, and yeah, you're so rattled. It's like, whoa.
I think I've shot the gun a few times just because of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so next one is favorite movie.
Let
me guess.
I got lots of these.
Fast and the Furious.
Yeah. It's not something that those movies you don't want to admit that you're a fan of, but at the same time, they're bloody awesome.
They are.
Like, I get that half the things they do in it are obviously not real and exaggerated and whatnot, but it's fun. It's entertaining. I can go to it. I like movies I can go, turn my brain off, and enjoy.
Yeah.
But also in the same sense...
Whereas I multitask.
In the same sense, I like movies that kind of like The Matrix, too. Ones that make you kind of go, oh, that's an interesting concept.
That's a possibility. Oh, crap.
Yeah, that's a cool thought experiment.
Yeah, mine is, I've always been a huge fan of the Cinderellas, all of them. It does, except for, I haven't seen the one with, what is her name? She's the Disney person. Oh my god. Yeah, I've never really watched much with her. Hilary Duff, that's it. Hilary Duff. I have not watched.
Yeah, you like
anything.
the more kind of.
I like the Cinderella, the live action Cinderella from Disney. I like the cartoon Cinderella from Disney. But I think my absolute favorite is Ever After, the Cinderella story with Drew Barrymore. Oh my God,
that's a good movie.
That's like real life.
I like Drew Barrymore as an actor.
It's not a fairy tale when it comes to that. When it's like this could have actually happened.
Yeah,
and that's amazing to me.
A plausible fairy tale
exactly.
is what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
been watching Mythbusters a lot, so some of the vocabulary is sneaking in.
But no, it's she was able to find her prince in that one, but at the same time, she was able to be the strong one.
Yeah.
Which you don't really see for periods, period
especially
movies of
what
that time.
Disney movies are brand for. I need a man to do that.
Yeah, which I loved. I loved Frozen because of that. It's just like, I need a man. No, you don't.
Yeah, right?
It's like, you don't need a man. Be yourself. Okay, so the next one is, who was your first celebrity crush?
If you can't tell, I put that one in. So I'll let you go first.
You'll let me go first. Okay, I can't pronounce his last name, though. If anybody has seen The Crow Stairway to Heaven, Mark DeCasso, I think is how you pronounce it. Absolutely. Oh my God. I love his body in that. He's also in the old TV or the old movie Double Dragon. One of his first movies. That was a flop, but at the same time,
we recommend don't watch it, but at the same time, watch it.
Yeah, watch it, but remember it's like
you gotta
nostalgia.
And you gotta like B movies. If you're a fan of like terrible good B movies, it's great.
Kind of like Evil Dead. I love Evil Dead. It was the first horror movie that I seen. I was like 2 years old when that came out, and I actually watched it 2 years old. Scared the shit out of me. Watched it later on, and it's just like, yeah. I don't know what scared me so much about that. That was horrendous, but so much fun. We're gonna get you.
Yeah, I'm not a horror movie fan.
It doesn't matter. You don't have to be a horror movie fan for that one. That's just hilarious to watch and be like, really? Really?
Hey,
Come on.
I didn't watch it until I became an adult.
I know, I think it was with me.
Yeah, it was. You're the only person I watched horror movies with.
And that's because it was just like, no, I watched this when I was a kid. I have to rewatch it. And it's just like, okay, I need to buy this movie because it's fucking hilarious.
Well, I guess that's not true because I did see some of the Freddys.
Yeah. Yeah, your favorite Freddy.
Thank you. You just reminded me of that.
If nobody knows, he's already grossed out, so I'll say it. It's the one where the guy pretty much gets used as a puppet.
It's not grossed out. I can handle the goriness of it, but it's the idea of the idea of the innards and intestine and veins being used as strings.
So, who is yours?
Mine, it was, and I still have a little crush on her, Christina Ricci. And it was in her, the movie Casper, the live action one, like the first one that they kind of came out with. I don't know what it was. Either it was I
think every boy had a crush on her in that one.
A swarm of my hormones kind of going everywhere or whatever. But man, I don't know. I fell in love with her and thought, man,
awesome,
right?
No, I think every guy had a crush. Well, okay, every straight guy had a crush on her when that movie came out.
And all the gay ones had a crush on Devon Sawa, who was in it.
You know, I never did.
I know. I don't.
I'm weird like that. I think for me, it has always been I like the man. It's never really been boys.
Yeah, the boy
for
thing.
anything.
Yeah.
It's just like, no.
Well, I followed her career a little bit and seen other things that she was in. Mm-hmm. And yeah, still loved everything she did.
Lizzie
Addams
Borden.
Family, the
Yeah.
Lizzie Borden stuff. Yeah. One of my more recent favorite movies that she's in, Black Snake Moan. Oh, that movie. Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, beautiful movie. Blues music. Good story. It's a good movie. Plus, you get to see her naked. You can see her tits. Sorry, side note. But that's not.
Can you
that's,
actually?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
I'm
do
gonna have
actually.
to rewatch that then,
Yeah.
because I don't remember that. I thought that they had like tape over her.
No.
I remember seeing a picture, and they act
Maybe
of
in
a
the
blooper
picture.
of a blooper in which is showing that, which I
Oh.
think is kind of weird
I
if
know.
she was already showing herself. What's the point? They've all seen you.
Oh.
All right. So, what's your favorite season?
My favorite season.
Yeah. As I said, some of these are a little dull.
Yeah. It could be an either or, like a float between, right? Like I like kind of mid-spring, right? Right when it's getting warm enough that if I
Yeah.
go outside, I can wear pants and a t-shirt and be comfortable.
I like it to
But-
where you could just go outside.
But
And you don't, like,
or
you're not hot, you're not cold.
cold,
It doesn't
you're
matter
right.
what it is that you're wearing. You're good,
Yeah, but
you're
I mean,
comfortable.
like, you can wear pants and you'll be comfortable, but you know, if you know you're going to go out and be a little active, you can wear shorts.
Yeah.
You're not going to
I wear
stand there
pants
freezing
pretty much all
until-
year round anyway, so
Yeah.
but if I could go out, and even if I have to wear a pair of shorts because whatever, I'd much rather it be in spring or even fall when
Yeah.
it's not boiling hot and it's not freezing cold.
Right. You can
It's
go
that
out, you can
time
be
that you can
comfortable.
go out.
And,
If I'm sitting outside and waiting for somebody, then I'm comfortable and in myself and in nature, and
Yeah.
not like sitting there like, when are they gonna get
too
here?
Hot. Yeah, too hot, too cold.
Yeah.
I do lean towards fall more often, just because that's a little bit of the farmer in me, because that's when they
You like to see the harvesting.
Yeah, they have the corn and the soybeans that they're starting to become ready and that and it's nice going for a drive out in the country a little bit
Yeah,
and seeing the
you
combines.
just have to
in the
remember
field.
that I need to be the one to drive when you do that.
Yeah, and then once here we call it crop touring, and you're going around, but if you're driving and you're looking at the crops, you kind of don't pay attention to the road, and
Yeah, which is not
wait.
good. Not good at all.
I know.
Okay, so maybe this one will be the last one, and it's, what's your favorite drunk story?
Sorry, we were kind of talking about this before.
When I was coming up with them. If you guys have any suggestions, we'd love to do these more often. We
Yeah.
really would.
Okay.
So if you have suggestions, hashtag Ask Mistress Magi, and I will put them into these.
Mine might take a little longer, so you can go first.
So I can go first. Okay. Well, let's see here. That would be my mother-in-law's work.
Yeah. I was there for this one.
We're not going to say where it is that she works because it's probably not a good idea. But where it is that she works, she has, like, it's an office building, but she has a mess hall in it. Lucky bastards.
Mm-hmm.
I'd love to work at an office which has a mess hall, which has, like, alcohol on premises. I can have fun after work before, Brody comes.
For the record, most mess halls, they're not open till 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
3:30, 4 o'clock.
Yeah, something like that. But, we went, they were having, like, what was it, a retirement party for somebody or something like that? Or was it just a regular Friday night type deal?
No, I think it was a birthday party for my uncle.
Was it? No.
Was it?
No, it wasn't a birthday party
Because
for your uncle.
he looks like a certain someone. We were going to make posters.
I think I remember that one. We've obviously
that
gone
might-
a few times.
Okay.
But no, this one was one in which your mom invited us to, but
Yeah.
it wasn't a birthday party.
It was.
I think it was a retirement party for somebody that
Yeah.
we knew
Yeah.
that worked there, because I remember the
Yeah.
people around were, I was drunk, and yet I remember, were people that she worked with.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we went to that, and I got drunk, and I'm one of two things when drunk. I'm either really, really happy or really, really sad. I got really warm. So we went down to the car and I was going to switch my shirt out for a t-shirt. I think it was. Or was it the other way around? I got cold. Probably warm.
Yeah,
because when you get drunk, you get warm.
Yeah, no, you had long sleeve on because it was...
He's not drunk because he's driving our asses home.
Yeah, that was fun in itself.
Hey, we managed to do very well. But no, so I went down to the car, got the shirt, and I went to go change the shirt, but I wasn't changing it in any bathroom. No, we can't have that.
No, she couldn't wait.
Nope, I was changing in the elevator. I was changing my shirt in the elevator. After hours, mind you. Mm-hmm. Nobody should be getting on the elevator. Shouldn't be getting on the elevator. But they did. So I'm hiding behind him with no top on.
Some late arriving guests.
Yeah,
right?
No, they were going to a different floor.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, they were going. They got off before we got up top.
Oh, okay, right.
But no, so they got on the elevator. I'm shirtless, hanging out behind him, trying my hardest. Like, no, they can't see me. It took me 2 days to figure out, hey, guess what? The whole elevator is mirrors.
Yeah.
And there's surveillance.
Mm-hmm.
So not only were they able to see me,
the security guy the next morning
got a whole show. So yeah, I ended up very, very sad for the rest of the day.
Oh, it was 2 days later you figured it out.
Yeah,
the rest of that night, you were good.
I was sad at that point because it was just like I did something stupid, and I beat myself up, and I got caught. Yeah, I don't think that they see me though. Oh, wait a minute.
All right, so time for mine. So if you,
I can imagine which one this one is.
So, a little side note about this story. I told this story to a friend of mine, and he later told me that he was in a conversation with someone, and they were swapping stories, like, what's the best story you've heard? And he told this story to his friend, and his friend responded, okay, you win. Nope, I don't have anything better. So, to some, it might not be that bad. To others,
you're probably going to laugh a lot.
Yeah. Okay. So, again, my mother.
Your mother is a bad influence.
She's a very bad influence.
Both of these stories, we were of age.
Yes. Legal age, legal drinking age.
Which, by the way, here is 19.
Yeah. And I was older than 19. Anyway, so my mother, she has a trailer. And that particular weekend, we were moving a shed from another lot that my mom bought from someone. So during the day, the first night, we moved it down. And then that was all great. Got a fridge in there too. And then...
the best pictures come from that one too.
Yeah. No, that was from the...
No, that was when you were moving the shed.
Was it moving the shed, or was it when taking the fridge up?
Wasn't that? Didn't you just say that was the same day?
Yeah, it was the same day, wasn't it? I don't know.
You just said that they were the same day,
I
so
know,
one way or another.
It's been a little while. She doesn't have the trailer anymore, and it's been a while. Anyway, point is, that doesn't really matter. So, sorry, she distracted me for a minute.
I'm sorry, there's a hole in my bottle. Dear Liza.
Yeah. Anyway. See?
Anyway, sorry.
So basically the point is, all the work's done, and we get into the night, just after supper, sitting around the fire, and earlier that day there was some Jello Shots made. So I thought, okay, I'm not really a fan of Jello in general, but with alcohol it might get interesting. So also, this was a night of experimenting.
In what way?
Well, I heard this craze of mixing Red Bull and vodka.
Oh, yes.
Well, lo and behold, someone brought Red Bull. Someone brought vodka. Wasn't me. I'm more of a whiskey man in general.
I'm the vodka girl.
Yeah.
And the tequila girl. And just shooters in general.
You're a fan of alcohol that's not beer.
Yeah, or wine.
Beer or wine is kind of...
Yeah.
I like a good beer, but not very often. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we're sitting around the fire and having a good time. Someone's like, hey, I'm making Red Bull. Okay.
I'll try it.
Right
here.
All right. Sipping on that. And goes down pretty nice, all right. Second round comes around, another vodka down. And then someone brings out the Jello shooters. So first round goes around, and as I said, I'm not a fan of Jello in general. So I give it a try though. Goes down smooth. I was like, ooh, okay. Maybe
I like this.
I like this. I like Jello like this. Second round comes around. No problem. Third round. By this time I had another Red Bull and a drink or two in between. I was getting very
relaxed.
Very relaxed. Yeah.
We'll say relaxed.
Yeah. So third round of the Jello shots come around. And I take it. And I get most of it down. And then all of a sudden, I feel like I have something in my throat. Okay? Not a big deal. Not an uncommon thing with me. It's something I've always kind of struggled with through my life. So I usually, most times, I can get it up myself. I have very strong muscles there around the esophagus. Yeah. And I'm trying, but then there's no air coming out. There's nothing. I'm not making a sound. So a little bit of panic starts to set in on myself. And then I was like, okay, hang on. So I was able to calm down, and I get up and I kind of walk away from the group a little bit.
Yeah.
Still enough that if something happened, they would see it and be able to help me. But I thought maybe I was going to end up throwing up. So I didn't want to throw up like right there in front of everybody.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah, so I stepped away. And then and I'm sitting there and I'm trying to hit my own chest. I'm trying to cough and there's no air. There's no nothing. Like, it was scary.
Well,
so
yeah.
then thankfully, my mom's neighbor up at the trailer, he always came over every night and we'd all drink together anyway. Thankfully, he knew the Heimlich maneuver because I turned to him and
the international sign for choking.
And he jumps up, gets behind me, gives me the Heimlich maneuver, and I end up, stuff ends up coming out because
there's only one way for anything
whether
that
you're
choking
drunk or not. If there's something in your stomach and someone hoots on you're gonna throw up. So it all came out, and I'm not sure if you missed it, but somehow, some way, I almost died on Jello.
Jello almost killed him, and it wasn't an allergic reaction.
Yeah, I haven't touched Jello since. It has not been in my mouth since.
The worst part is that that's not the only thing that is, like, pretty much very squishy.
Yeah.
That you have ended up choking
squishy
on.
And in heat, it
and
starts
it's supposed
to
to melt
and dissolve, and it should go down. So I don't know if there
slippery,
was something
slimy.
else there that I didn't know.
No, you just probably relaxed your muscles in your throat, and it was just like, nope, I ain't doing squat.
Yeah.
So what was there recently that you also almost choked on? Do you remember?
Oh, yeah. So we have this Thai food restaurant here, and they do a pretty mean ramen. And I got a spicy one. And so I was going down. I got through most of it, and then I don't know if it was a combination of the spice. My throat kind of closed on it and whatever. So then if you know what ramen is, I'm not talking about like the Mr. Noodles. Like it's a soup with ramen noodles and vegetables.
If you like Google it, it actually shows a really good picture of it.
It's popular in Asian culture. Anyway, so it's really tasty though, especially if you find a good one. Anyway, so I don't know. It was a combination of the spice and
this
then
is
the
without
soup.
alcohol.
Yeah, I didn't have a drink with dinner or anything, and I don't know what it was. It went down the wrong tube or something, and it started choking me out, and I couldn't.
So,
I couldn't get air.
So
I couldn't.
Jello and
then
soup. At least this one you could say you just about drowned.
Yeah, it was more of a drowning. But eventually, you know, it was only just a couple, like maybe a minute, 2 minutes maximum, and I was good. I was able to.
To get all
more like a minute maximum before I got air starting to come in and out. But
yeah,
you know, a whole 5 minutes before I was okay. I finished the meal and it was great, no problem. Actually, kind of felt better after that happened.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's not an uncommon thing for me.
No, it's your muscles just relax a little bit easier than maybe some other people. So yeah, you just have to stay away from Jello before you make me a widow.
Yeah.
Widower? Which one am I? You're a widow. I'm a widower, right? No, I'm a widow. You're the widower.
Yeah, I'm
ha
the
ha ha. Black widow. I'm not gonna try to kill you. Don't worry.
Sure.
But anyway, I guess that's where we're gonna leave this one. If you have any suggestions, any topic or questions that you want to ask or you want us to answer,
or if you want us to do this again with some different topics, I do have another good drunk story.
So do I.
But I'll save that one for
Mine will
time.
be like nice and simple though.
Yeah, this one's a little more simple too.
Yeah. I haven't gone out and actually drank in quite a while because I've been pregnant or breastfeeding. So there's not really much in the way of alcohol coming in anymore. These are all stories from like early 20s.
Yeah. Just before kids or just after?
No, not even just after.
Mine are...
Yeah,
no.
yours are fine. Yours are like after kids.
Yeah. That one
Mine
was...
not so much.
We had the older two.
Yeah, at least.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah. So if you want to ask us something, I've created the hashtag Ask Mistress Magi. You can tweet me that. You can go onto our page and post some stuff there if you want on Facebook. Mm-hmm. All of the links below. We want to hear from people. So come interact with us. Tell us what you'd like us to talk about. Yeah. And we will gladly set that up. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so we'll leave that
comment,
here.
subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe. Keep a listen out for more. Because we are going to keep going whether you like it or not. We would just prefer you stay with us.
Yeah.
We're having fun doing these.
Yeah.
And even when we're tired, we get all excited afterwards.
I'll full on admit, I wasn't really up for recording, but
then we actually got started, and it's fun.
Yeah, and all fairness, it wasn't that I didn't want to do this. It's just
we've been.
I'm
up
tired.
Since
I've been up
really, really early this morning.
Yeah.
And I've been up most of the night, so.
And I slept on a chair last night, so that's.
He's tired, so we're gonna send him to bed right now.
Yeah.
And we will talk to you all later. Goodbye.
Bye.